Around the world, welcome back to the Kuskokwim River mushing area. This is Bethel, Alaska, and we are at the Akiak Dash. It's a sprint race for these mushers who are more into sprint mushing, and it takes place the same weekend as the Kuskokwim 300. So you are about to see a mass start. You're with your host here, Akiak Casey, live at the Akiak Dash. It's a mass start of all these teams here that are from the area. I've got the start list right here. We have teams from the surrounding villages, from Bethel, and they're all lined up here on the ice right now. The race starts in 10 minutes. Your official coverage is going to be over at KYUK. And look at all these teams lining up. I'm going to get this super cool shot here for you. I'll zoom in a little bit more now. There we go. We'll tighten it up, and then as they blast off all at once, we'll be able to see them here. Thanks for joining me from around the world. Let me know who you're cheering for. This is a special weekend here in Bethel, Alaska. The mushers right now are about halfway through the K300. There's some really interesting strategies going on out there. Some of the earlier teams that came through, Calskag, didn't really rest much at all, just an hour or two. Normally that's about a 3-hour rest, so keep an eye on that. You're joining the mushers from the area right now, from Bethel, from Akiak, from Akiak, Kasiklug, and Kuitluk in the area, and of course people from Bethel right here. So Maurice Andrews will be bib number 1 out there. He's from Bethel, Glare Ice Kennel. Bib number 2 will be Kenneth Snyder from Akiak Snyder Kennel Racing. 3 will be Herman Phillip from the Kuitluk village nearby. Philip Kennel. 4 will be Aaron Alexi from Akiak Pacer Kennel. 5 will be Byron Pasternak Sr. from Akiak from the Pasternak Kennel. 6 will be Schuler Waslav Jr. from Akiak from Underdog Waslav Kennels. 7, Thomas Carl from Akiak Williams Kennel. 8 will be Charlie Chingaliak from Akiak from Chingaliak Racing Kennel. 9 is Darren George from Akiak from Tagalong. 10 is Leighton Wasili from Akiak Underdog Kennel again. Robert Chase Jr. from Akiak is in there with the Charles Kennel. Michael Dimitriev from Kasiglug Blizzard Kennels out there. And then Mike Williams Jr. Just slide my camera over just a touch. Right there. There we go. Sorry about that. Here we are. Perfect. Right there. And thanks for joining us. We also have Mike Williams Jr. from Akiak, and we have, that's Williams Racing Kennel. He's well known. And then Solomon Alkit from Kuitluk, which is the half throttle kennel. So there's your start list. You're joining us on kind of bonus footage here. This is a tradition here in the Bethel area for the Kuskokwim Mushing District to be able to have the other types of races happen when everybody's in town, so you can see all the dog teams getting ready down there. I'm zoomed in on them. It's going to be a mass start, so all the teams will start at once, which is great. And then, and Connie says, praying for each team's safe journey and best race ever. Right on. It's about minus 25 this morning. Earlier, it's probably warmed up a little bit now. Clear skies and nice, beautiful glare ice today, so the teams will just take off out of here. A little bit different than the 300. Last night the 300 mushers had the snow machine assist, and that helps them get into the groove of a slow pace that doesn't let the team run off way too fast. So if you look at the footage for the K300 last night, you'll see those snow machine assisting. The dogs are used to working in a resistance setting. They train that way all fall. And so it's no sweat on the dogs. We just don't, the mushers don't want the teams to go too fast. Look at that. Happy dogs out there getting ready. Again, all the teams will start at once. There's a nice prize for the winner here. And you can follow online at KYUK. I'm just giving you the down the ice footage. I've covered several mass starts in my career, my 10-year racing and live streaming career. They're always fun. The Willow 300 has a great one. We've had excellent mass starts at the races, the Kobuk 440, for example, the big teams. We've also had them in Europe at International Federation of Sled Dog Sports Championships. that I've been to in Germany, in Sweden, Italy, places like that. So look at the crowd all gathered in here, people supporting these sprint teams. A little faster setup. They should be done in about 5 hours. You're getting some bonus footage here, some bonus commentary. I love these type of events where you can really tell it's a big dog party down there. All the dogs fired up, looking around, saying, "This is great. Let's get going." They all the build up for the dogs, you know. And then we'll see some teams get a real clean start out of here. We'll probably see some teams delay a little bit, either on purpose or because that's their strategy, or they get something stuck. Sometimes a tension between the rope that's holding the team back and whatever holding the team back can get to where the knot doesn't come out right away, or something gets stuck. So you can have a lot of reasons why not everybody blasts off all at the same time. Thanks, Barbara Heap, one of my great supporters. Another great donation. I appreciate that. There's your official start. So just to clue you all in here, you're on the Kuskokwim River. The sunshine is at my back here in the morning. It's now coming up on noon, but it still feels like morning here. It was really cold this morning, about minus 30 something with the wind chill outside. Tyler Schmidt and I flew the drone around Leona and Tucker's house. You can see the beautiful imagery of the outskirts of Bethel in the subdivision that's nearest the airports online. And again, thanks for everybody. Yep, Mike Williams Jr. out there, Nick Petit cheering him on. We're about 100 meters from the start. I'm going to get you a really killer view here. We're just letting it build up a little bit more. Usually a race official comes out in the middle with the marker of how much time is left, but it's supposed to be a mass start at high noon. I started my feed at 10 minutes before, so we're getting close here, friends. If you're just joining us, or if you're joining on the rebroadcasts, welcome to a dog party here in Bethel, Alaska. This is part of the race series that keeps mushing alive in the Kuskokwim Yukon Delta area. These are remote areas that have relied on dog teams for millennia to do all sorts of lifestyle, survival, and transport of fish camps, hunting camps, people, trap lines, what have you. So traditional use of dogs is important here. It's very, very expensive for these mushers to try to keep kennels out in this area. So these race managers of the Kuskokwim board have really developed a race series that provides good purses, generous purses for the mushers to partake in. Good sportsmanship is required. Race rules are followed. There's significant pride on the line as well. These mushers represent their families, their traditions, and have dogs from all over the area. These dogs have been bred for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they're just really well adapted Arctic dogs. You can hear them all there barking. This is a mass start, and I really appreciate your support of my drone work. I've been flying a lot more since I got my license in September, or I should say a lot. I didn't fly before that at all, but I've been flying and creating a lot more, and I really love the art of drone capture, of course, following all the rules and taking it very seriously, because there's an active alertness you have to have when you have a drone up in the air. You got to be safe for everybody around you, just like a dog team wants to be safe on the trail. Same thing, keep an alert, being aware of your surroundings. So we're at the mass start for the Akiak Dash. This is going to get going anytime soon, so I'm going to throw my glove in my pocket right now and get ready to do more zooming and possibly moving. This could be a situation where I've got to move. If a team gets way off, then we'll go ahead and get out of the way. But I'm off to the side that I think enough for any reasonable situation here. But okay, here we go. This is going to be our flag person. So how cool is that? You're joining us right here on the Kuskokwim River. Super cold, nice conditions. Flags are how we communicate mass starts to the mushers, and really appreciate everybody joining us from everywhere, and for all the community support for these mushers, these dogs. It is a family effort all up and down, tough conditions to get food again delivered out here. It requires either significant pre-planning with barging or bypass mail or really expensive delivery. So all the costs go way up, and that puts the tradition at risk. So we're building up. You can hear these dogs are going to be ripping and he's second now. I'm keeping an eye over to my right to where we have that flag person. Let's see, they're moving something right now, so let's get that. Okay, that's going to mean probably a minute or 30 seconds. It's usually a minute with the first flag up, and then another motion for 30, but I don't know exactly what they've done here. So let's get the camera on. To start, we'll go ahead and try to pull for a wide shot here once they get going. And there they go. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Okay, we do have a dog team running right at us. We're going to get out of the way. We're going to get out of the way. That's what I was worried about. That dog team is coming way off course. We want that musher to go over. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to give you an example. Yep, that dog team is running right into the whole crowd here. You can see them going down the right side. So they need to haul over. Here the rest of the team's going. How exciting, how beautiful. What a beautiful moment. Okay, everybody's lining up. That's perfect. Our musher on the right's pulling back in. Things are coming together. Look at that, how cool. There's about 7 teams, 8 teams out there right now, more coming. Wow, there they are. We're just gonna hold that shot. Look at that magical moment on the Kuskokwim River here. Akiak Dash 2024. That dog team is still off screen to the right. We'll have that hopefully pull in soon. But there's your group down there. Mass start means everybody start at the same time. There's no time differential. So whoever gets to the finish line first is the winner here. Wow. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rarely you get to see this nice activity here. 10 sprint teams just heading off. There's that 11th right there now to the right of your screen. There's our 11th there coming off the car line. So joining in right there, those dogs just wanted to hug right. That's okay. That's what they did, and everybody adjusted. So if you go to a sled dog race, make sure you're paying attention. Don't bring your pets. Go ahead and be reactive. I'm going to keep an eye on my back. Here's the last team trying to get going. So we'll get a nice little moment here. There we go. Cheering on the last team that had a little slow start. You can see them running on that glare ice. They do train in these conditions. This is just the landscape out here. The snow either gets blown away or melts. So there they go, looking great. Boom, you can see they're right on the river. That's where the barges would come in, the cranes, industrial, port of Bethel there. And there goes the teams. People drove out from all over. What a moment here, supporting the mushers who do a faster sprint race. Gives them a chance to get a great crowd and great experience. You can see all the folks on the river about to start heading to what's next in their day. This is a big weekend here in Bethel. Lots going on with the K300 out at the villages now, up at Kuskokwim, up at Aniak, and they're doing the Whitefish Loop right now. Really interesting race strategies up there in the K300 land. And right now you just saw a mass start. The last team's heading down that ice right there on the Kuskokwim. And of course, great job by the race coordinators, volunteers, veterinarians, and thanks to all the sponsors who make these purses happen. So very cool. I got a truck in my world here that everybody's pulling out. So I'll go ahead and pull out too, but just there it is. There they fade off into the final, and folks just commute back. You can see how many cars come out. This river becomes the parking lot and the travel corridor, but even a few weeks ago around Christmas, the Kuskokwim was too warm. So just in case you were wondering in your mind, well, what's it always like there? Is it always like this? No, it's not. It's sometimes warm, sometimes overflow. The river can be unusable. This wouldn't have been possible 3 weeks ago. So the cold came in. Oh, we do have one more team. Looks like they are trying to get back to their truck, so they might not want to go, and that's fine. So we'll just let them be. And we're going to go ahead and show you that's where it all happened. This is the iconic start finish. We'll see you here hopefully down the trail this afternoon. We're hoping to get down, but right now we're just super grateful for the opportunity to be here. Oh, here we go. Looks like they're going to get going. Okay, he's moving. He's moving. They want to hug the. They want to hug the dog team too, or hug the car line. That happens. Sometimes teams want to do that. So now everybody's just paying attention. they really want to go G. That team just wants to go right. Maybe the musher can just let them get lined out there on the road, and then they'll be just fine. So there you go, experience for that team. There's another team down there that's still coming in, so that we can see they must have stopped for a minute. So there we go. All the mushers now look like they're down the trail. It's a really big learning experience for some young dogs, how to manage themselves out in these situations. Then people find it fun. There we go. We got a lights on trooper, maybe gonna go help that dog team cross right there. Gonna go put some lights out so that the dog team has a clear ice road crossing. I think that's what's going on. Nice work there by the law enforcement. And here we go. The Akiak Dash. Thanks for joining me. Everybody, will see you here soon.